On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with two adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on a shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to follow up on a story that I talked about probably a few weeks ago about a young, brave 7th grader who wore their only 2 gender shirt to school, and he was promptly removed from school for wearing this shirt, okay? Because apparently stating that there are only 2 genders, right? Stating biological facts, okay? It's hate speech, right? It's hate speech in 2023, okay? It's harmful. It's promoting violence towards the protected class that cannot be criticized. You cannot express any viewpoints that are opposed to theirs, or else you're doing harm to them. Again, it's fascinating stuff. Anyways, we have an update on the story because this young 7th grader is suing, okay? He's suing the school over his free speech right to wear that shirt, which he most definitely has, okay? But again, this is only controversial because he wore something that goes against the agenda. So, without further ado, I actually want to play a news clip to give you guys an update on what's going on here, as a judge has initially denied this 7th grader's request to continue to wear the shirt while this legal battle is happening in the courts. And it really is a damn shame. So without further ado, roll the clip.
Well, controversy in Middleborough tonight over a T-shirt. A 7th grader is fighting to wear this shirt in school. Now a lawsuit has been filed against the town on behalf of that student. NBC 10's Darren Patella joining us live outside federal court in South Boston with the latest on this case. Darren.
So, Priscilla, the judge said that student cannot wear that controversial shirt while this issue is being decided. Meanwhile, in court this morning, there was a back and forth of whether or not that student's First Amendment rights were being violated. This is the shirt causing so much controversy in Middleborough that reads, "There are only 2 genders." 12-year-old Liam Morrison, a 7th grader at Nichols Middle School, wore it to school and was told to change because he was violating the dress code. The school's principal allegedly told Morrison other students complained about the shirt. Morrison, who refused to change his shirt, ended up going home that day this past March. Then earlier this month, he was forced to remove the shirt at school again, but this time Morrison covered the words "only 2" with the word censored. Attorneys for Morrison appeared in federal court on Wednesday morning after filing a suit against the town of Middleborough so Morrison could wear his shirt in school, claiming his First Amendment rights were being violated.
In a school like Liam's, the opposite view about sex and gender and the way that relates to human identity is expressed all of the time, whether it's through the flags in the hallways or posters or pride events. The school is permeated with one particular viewpoint on this subject, and Liam and perceives that there's pressure not to be able to express a different view.
The local trans rights activist Mason Dunn says you can't compare a pride flag with a shirt denying gender identity that he says could incite violence.
Messages of pride are messages of support, messages of affirmation, not messages of hate or bias.
Neither the school district nor the attorney representing the town in this case wanted to comment. Everyone we spoke with who had family at this school supported Morrison. Do you think he should be able to wear it in school?
Yes. They wear so many other crazy T-shirts. You know, you see the Rolling Stones with the tongues and all these other crazy shirts they wear. I don't know why they singled him out.
So those attorneys for Morrison will be back in court for a hearing on June 13th. They're hoping at that point they'll get the green light from the judge for Morrison to wear that T-shirt before the end of the school year on June 26th. Live in Southie tonight, Darren Botello, NBC 10 Boston.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Again, this is just ridiculous, right? Free speech rights are under attack in this country. The First Amendment is under attack in this country and is against the right, okay? It is freedom to say things that don't align with the liberal agenda. That is under attack. You can't say things that don't go along with the left, okay? Even if what you say is grounded in biological facts and reality, if you're not on board with Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world, then, you know, that's harmful, right? That your speech might be banned. Again, it doesn't make any sense that this judge is literally saying, no, he can't wear the shirt until we decide whether or not he can actually wear the shirt. When it's like, no. He clearly has a free speech right to wear this shirt. You're just acting as an activist, right? This clearly is a liberal activist judge here who is more concerned about adhering to his own personal ideology than upholding the Constitution. It's really a damn shame, especially consider how the school's on policy acknowledges exactly what is on this young man's shirt. Which, again, is the crazy part about it. This is the ironic part about this. So let's read here, because, again, the school's own policy is going to support the biological facts that were stated on this young man's shirt. Let's read here. Quote, there are only two genders. His parents filed a federal lawsuit last month against the town of Middleborough, against school principal Heather Tucker, the Middleborough School Committee, and Middleborough Public School Superintendent Carolyn J. Lyons. Lim said school officials told him other students were complaining that it made them feel, quote, unsafe and was disrupting education. Again, that's a problem, right? If any student actually did complain, then that is their problem, okay? They need to toughen up, right? They need to toughen up, stop being so soft, right? I'm so serious about that. But by forcing him to change out of the shirt, he claimed the school district was stifling his First Amendment right to freedom speech, and said officials took away my ability to have a different opinion. Yeah, they did, right? They are taking away his free speech rights. Clear violation of the First Amendment here. Tyson Lang-Holford, director of the Alliance Defending Freedom Center for Academic Freedom, who helped the family launch the lawsuit, said, quote, this isn't about a t-shirt. This is about a public school telling a seventh grader that he isn't allowed to hold a view that differs from the school's preferred orthodoxy. Facts. Again, we know exactly what's going on here. Quote, public school officials can't censor Liam's speech by forcing him to remove a shirt that states a scientific fact. Doing so is a gross violation of the First Amendment. He added, quote, it's hard to tell because their student handbook actually says that public education must be available to members of both sexes. And it says that sexual harassment can't be against either gender. Yeah, so they're acknowledging from a sex and gender standpoint, because, you know, the leftists say that sex and gender is different until it's not different for their own purposes, right? But they say that sex and gender is different. The school handbook says that there are only two sexes and there are two genders, okay? That they're binary, okay? That's the word both and the word either, right? Implies that sex and gender is binary. It's hilarious, right? It's hilarious. Quote, so the school's own communications actually support Liam's viewpoint, but what they've told him is that he can't express that on his shirt, and we think that's wrong. Yeah, so again, apparently their own handbook, okay, the school's own policy apparently is harmful and unsafe, okay? It's harmful and unsafe. So yeah, it's crazy that this young man is basically being denied an education because he's wearing a shirt that doesn't go along with the liberal agenda. Again, the funny part about this, it's not even funny, the sad part about it really, is that, again, we all know that this would not be an issue if you wore a shirt that said that there are, 2,347.5678 genders, right? We all know that there would be no problem if you said a shirt that literally is not the truth, right? That is not stating biological facts, okay? If you wear a shirt that lies to you, nothing will happen, right? If you wear a shirt that has a rainbow flag on it, nothing will happen. If you wear a shirt that says BLM, nothing will happen, even though there have been acts of violence committed in the name of BLM, right? If you wear a shirt that talks about a woman's right to choose, nothing will happen, even though a woman's rights to choose has, again, you could argue, been the cause of a lot of violence, okay, and death to babies in this country, right? But again, that only applies, only violent, okay, if you state something that goes against the leftist agenda, Okay, even if what you're stating is actually facts, they say, "Oh, well, it's violent," and I can't stand that. Right? That is such a slimy tactic that these people use to stifle free speech, which is to say that the speech is harmful. Speech in and of itself is not harmful. Okay, speech is not harmful, especially again when you're stating facts. We're getting to the point now where again you have public schools that are telling students that they can't state facts about reality, and then we're expecting kids to go to these schools and to be educated when clearly these schools are not concerned about education. Again, we've done stories in the past about how schools, when it comes to biology courses, they don't want to teach kids that they're male and they're female, right? They don't want to teach actual biology because they're afraid that they're going to hurt some indoctrinated child's feelings. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. Why is it that the feelings of such a small minority of people / kids supersedes everybody else's? I don't understand. I don't get it. And what's actually really happening here, what they really don't understand is that this pushback against reality, this pushback against facts, this pushback against common sense actually is creating more hate and vitriol towards the people that they claim they want to protect. Because again, it's getting to the point where this is just silly, right? It's nonsense. We shouldn't even be having stories like this because we know damn well this won't be a story. Okay, if, again, this student wore any other shirt, right? If they wore a shirt that went along with the left-wing agenda, whether or not it was a fact or not, not many facts out there in the left-wing agenda that a kid could actually wear on a shirt, but I'm just saying, we all know that if, again, he wore something that went along with the left, they wouldn't be saying it's harmful, even if it is something that's harmful, right? Like I would argue that, hey, wearing a shirt supporting the BLM movement could be harmful, right? Could be, just saying. But we all know that they would never think about it that way. But somehow they find a way to rationalize wearing a shirt that says there are only two genders as harmful. I'm sick of the word harmful. I'm sick of the word inclusivity, right? I'm sick of diversity. I'm sick of all this stuff. I really am. It's driving me insane because this is nuts. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.